remember the time not long ago. We all were right here, enjoying the show. Time has a way of showing who's boss. Each moment of gain, a moment of loss. How was your day? Me, I'm having a blast. All of these days seem to go way too fast. And all of the nights, where did they go? With all of the wars, how could we know? Don't hold your tongue, and I don't hold mine, but all of my words, I'm still feeling fine. So on with the show. Just got this guitar. I come as I am. Some say that's quite far. I play this guitar for my loved ones and those I don't know. I wonder if I played for you now, would you stay or go? You don't really strike me as angry, maybe just hurt. You don't really take time to thank me. Enjoy your dessert. words you can't understand. You move along just like you had planned. But can you stop to see the weight? I see the wreckage through the waves, from the way each one of us behaves. Throw out a line to save a life. It seems we've been here once before, and we're still miles and miles from the shore. And can you hear me anyway? So, first of all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm playing an improvised set list of some of the songs that I'm just trying to rehearse for my own purposes. The fact that you're able to see this recording is just a bonus, kind of showing you the process of what steps it took to get me from point A to wherever the heck I was going. Where I'm at right now happens to be on your screen, presenting to you something in a widescreen format. So if you're watching your phone up and down, you might want to turn your phone sideways so it's in landscape format. The interesting thing about this video is that most of these videos were captured with the purpose of wildlife, really, wellness and conservation, but wildlife and nature in mind. My primary driving focus in my life is seeing wildlife, and over the course of time I've noticed a significant decline in the wildlife in the ecosystems that I am very familiar with seeing for the past approximately 40 years of my life. I say 40 because from the age of basically, infancy to 5, I don't really feel like I have a really good grasp on what I was able to see during those years. Those years of my life were a little bit blurrier than the rest of my years when I was suddenly awakened because of some activities that we'll call it interesting parenting. If you're watching this right now and you happen to be a parent, please take this into consideration that many of the things that I'm recording are primarily for my parents. And so because of that reason, what I'm trying to do is just have fun and showcase what I'm doing. This is not a perfect presentation of these songs that I'm recording for you, but it's a perfect time to talk about the nature of the songs. Like for an example, in the last song, which has a really catchy tune. It starts out saying, I try to tell you how I feel, and your response to me is unreal. And can you hear me anyway? The things you think are alright. How many of us are celebrating the upcoming holidays, like for an example, where we give thanks for all of the things by feasting on all the things that have been advertised to us? If we're doing that right now, we might want to think about the things we're thinking. The things you think are all right. I'm sure it helps you sleep well at night. That's what the lyrics mean to that song. Some of the things we think that we can just continue to do without ever giving an ounce of gratitude for the pounds of product that we're receiving it's kind of blind-sided. It's not quite the way that we want to approach this holiday season. So I wrote a catalog of songs that talks about these topics. They're rather challenging topics, And recently I was told that I make people feel bad. And so for that reason, again, I'm trying to reiterate that this video is to try and help you to feel a little bit more in sync with what it is that's being presented on this channel. Because if you're watching this video for this long, you know that we're talking about something that you're interested in, just the same as I'm interested in it. The only thing is, for whatever reason in the comments box, there's not a whole lot of communication that's occurring that's relevant to the conversation at hand. Sometimes we're putting in details about something that has nothing to do with the content because we're not really aware of how to communicate properly with one another. The first thing is to show up in the communication. So because you showed up, thank you so much. Thank you so much for enjoying, again, this improvised set list where basically I'm just playing some songs. Instead of talking for the whole time, let me play this song for you and you tell me if you can understand what the heck I'm talking about. Told me he loved me as long as he can. At first I avoided each time that he'd ask the simplest question with each time he tasked. Have you decided where you want to go? He got quite impatient and said, you've got to choose. It's only your spirit that you're gonna lose. My time ran out quickly, I couldn't believe. But what I had said, I didn't deceive. Have you decided where you want to go? I'm staying right here. It's probably better if you disappear. The devil got angry and struck at my head. If I hadn't moved, I'd surely be dead. Have you decided where you want to go? I said, don't you touch me, protected by God. Just gave me a nod. The devil moved on. She went on her way. And still I am wary to this very day. Have you decided where you want to go? The devil is tricky. The devil can be in any form. The devil can take any appearance of beauty. The devil is the most beautiful angel, according to some accounts. You know, in these fictional or non-fictional stories that we might want to consider as we're approaching these holiday seasons, which is what this topic is about. which is what this video is about. So again, the things we think are okay, maybe we might want to at least pay a little bit more attention. If we're getting together to feast on something, might be great to show a little bit of gratitude towards what it is that's being celebrated. Just my thoughts. Anyway, let's see what's next on the set list here. I want to play this song. It's called Whisper. And the reason it's called Whisper is because it's a significantly slowed down song for me in terms of the energy that it carries. And it's a very simple story. And it basically is helping us to remember to focus on what it is we're sharing with one another and when and how and all that. So this song is a simple tune, and it basically suggests that there's a peaceful flow to the exchange of energy that is possible. And in a lot of cases, it takes maybe walking along in peace with somebody. In the upcoming holidays that we're about to experience, a lot of the founding information talks about a speaker of peace, a bringer of peace, a sharer of peace, who oftentimes walked with people near fresh water, near streams, according to, again, the fictional or non-fictional accounts. I know from very real life that walking alongside peaceful waters happens to bring a very soothing energy. Sometimes you can stand really close to torrential floodwater and feel the fury of all of it. So imagine if we're watching all the headlines that have the tumultuous and oftentimes erratic bits of information that are just scrambling about on the inside of our melons. The noggin that we have, if it was an egg noggin, it might be pretty mixed up, frothy, might not be solid, might not be even gelatinous anymore. It might just be without substance at a certain point. Sure, there might be a lot of sugar and additives on the inside, but if we're not trying to add the primary ingredient of bringing peace or resolution to that which is around us, then we're kind of foregoing the whole purpose of what it is that we're here for. In my opinion, I'm not a well-received person. The things I say make people feel bad, remember. So because of that, I want to play a different song that tells you how I feel. It's called Trash Can Baby. Our hands, the broken unique. Do you have any plans? If you followed along with the words to that song, it's basically telling a story literally about this guitar right here. This guitar was, believe it or not, at some point in a dumpster. And it was a rescued guitar that by the time it was all said and done, I'd spent more money making that guitar work than it would have cost buying the guitar brand new. Now this guitar that came out of the dump with this artwork that you see on it. So had I purchased the guitar brand new, honestly, off the bat, I had not even known of the brand of the guitar to begin with. So I probably never would have purchased it off the bat. But with the artwork that's on it, it looks rather amazing. And after having it restored, basically it's, I think, a pretty compelling guitar. It tells a good story by itself. If I was holding it versus, like, for an example, the guitar that I have right now that I'm playing for you, you might have a different emotional connection to what it is that I'm saying because of how that guitar looks. So I feel as if I've played enough songs and said enough information about what my vision is for what I'm trying to accomplish on this channel. And I feel as if I've made enough people feel, I guess, what's a good word? Intimidated. I've brought out some feelings out of people that I wouldn't have expected to bring out. I've had a lot of people who used to talk with me and support the direction that I was moving in, who suddenly will just absolutely turn on me. And that has caused some interesting things. For an example, and this is just a random example. No one's going to know what I'm talking about or who I'm referencing or anything like that. But on one particular walk with someone that I took, someone that I walked with someone that I basically was showing a place or traveling with in a sacred place, there was something that we found. It was a pod of seeds. And I took one of the seeds and I planted it when I got back home. And basically this seed grew into a tiny tree. And that tiny tree continued to grow and flourish. And I would give updates to the person who I was with when I found that seed. When that person suddenly stopped supporting the direction that I was moving in, that tree started to brown. The leaves started to brown on the tree. There was no other element that had changed whatsoever except for the energy between the friendship that existed that also surrounded the circumstances that had brought that life into existence. This particular song that I just played, it kind of is a little bit like that. Like, what if we brought something into existence? What if you're the person who rescued that guitar and we brought that into existence? And what if it was not nurtured by either of the participants who had wanted to nurture that item? What about if it was a life? What if you and whoever started a life and only one of you is supporting the life? You know, and what if neither of you are really supporting that life that was started? What if it's only tablets and entertainment that is supporting that life that was started? What if it's only constant participation in activities that are founded on following the old ways, like getting together for the holidays and basically trying to continue this unsustainable and not quite productive mannerism of supposedly visiting with one another? What if we took out all of the sporting events from that weekend when people would normally have leftovers to sit and watch these sporting events? What if we took out the parades? What if we took out every single special effect? And what if we took out, for an example, just the person who brought the idea to you to begin with? What if we took you or I out of the equation? Would there be any kind of benefit to that? Or would it be more beneficial to figure out why it is that we're communicating, how we can complete that circuit of communication, and how we can include some of the elements into stories that would resonate with one another? I think that the most important thing that we can do right now is to learn how to find ways to communicate with one another. And in order to do that, sometimes we might have to think outside the box. And in this particular case, all I'm trying to do is bring a set list of songs that talks about maybe changing our ways, maybe recognizing that we can all go through changes. We can shed our skin. We can bypass our sins. We can change our ways. So I'm going to end this set list on a song called Spiritual Devil. That is a catchy title. It doesn't have anything to do with any kind of a type of worship that I'm into. It might tell a story that's just as full and rich as the story that's being showcased in the format where it says spiritual angel. Sometimes we need to look at all sides of the information that's presented and take it all with a grain of humor, with a grain of gratitude. So I hope you enjoy this next song. I hope you're having a great day. I hope that all these songs you were able to understand them, and let's get going. When I was a young man, I thought I would try. Now that I'm an old man, I've died on the inside. When they come to get me, I won't even hide. What's the point of living with no wrong or right? After I had died, I had shed all my sins. Wonder how much time till we shed all our old skins. Maybe when we see past each other's illusions, then we'll start to see we're each other's solutions. Maybe it's the spiritual devil we hear. The Lord is my salvation, so whom shall I fear? Maybe it's the way that I feel when you're near. Maybe it's the way that our ways disappear. I apologize for flubbing up the song so much in the middle there. Tried to recover. I hope it didn't come through as a terrible production for you. I hope that you understood it. I hope that you got to enjoy your time. I don't even know how much time has passed by, but however much time you've spent here, I totally appreciate it. Thank you so much for paying attention for the content of this. I know that it's been a struggle for a lot of people. I hope that I'm bringing some kind of joy, some kind of a way to help awaken the positivity in ways that maybe we hadn't thought about before. I know that sometimes we have to bring things down to the foundation to really get a good footing on things. Maybe we need to clean some of the rubbish off of the foundation of what it is we're doing. Maybe the things that we think are all right are worth reconsidering right now, like the upcoming holiday seasons. And maybe no matter what, I still wish you the best, and I hope that you're having a great day, great evening, whatever time it happens to be where you're at. And I am so grateful that you were watching this content and able to enjoy it. Until next time, peace, love, and all that old school stuff. Oh, by the way, here, catch.